Welcome back to Comic Studio, and yes, we're back, I guess, for one more video of the day. And the last video we have just done here for the absolute brain lot as well. I'm probably started to get a little bit speechless as well. And for some sort of for 2 videos ago, I was very speechless for a long time, and now we're gonna be searching for one thing as well. In the previous video, we just actually already checked out for some sort of the absolute Brainlot Comic Studio. And now, let's bring it in for the Anti-Brainrot Comic Studio, which contains around with crossovers, and probably it's going to be for, oh my gosh, there must be some sort of alphabet LORE and Battle for Dream Island. Even what you know it is, that includes for Dandy's World and for some sort of Country Balls, Mario, and even many more of those things. And especially, we're gonna be looking out for Geometry Dash later. And I cannot believe that is absolutely some sort of like those things. Anti-brain lot as well. Anti-club brain rot team as well. So the actual brain lot of those things must be the alphabets like those things. For the unlikely memes, Gacha Life, and many more of those other kinds of stuff as a digital circus, including for such Lanky Box, Sweetbot 420, and other kinds of doing this as well. And finally, we got the memes section as well. And it's gonna be for some sort of a number 4. I'm not very sure. This is what actually going to be for what is going to be up for now as well. So another one, this could be many more. So what about for a little bit more? We just turn on for some spoilers. It's actually for some sort of like those things. And he says brain rot is trash like those, the anti-brain rot as well. So this is absolutely for more. What is this? I'm not sure. This is not going to be going for this time as well. Do not mention with that name, please. And which is actually for some sort of deadly like this, and more faker of those things as well. We got for 5 different sections, and the 3 different sections is the anti-CBT. The meme sections was actually pretty long and almost endless around for here as well. So, if you try to make this comic studio while the pages are going to be endless around here, if you're trying to make it yourself as for some sort of like this as well. So I'm probably for controlling all of those things as well in Comic Studio, and probably post it yourself as what is this? I'm not very sure. This is not going to be for something as well. So let's go for looking for more memes. All right, we got some roleplay characters from Dandy's World, and I kind of believe that I shouldn't be going to be over here. So I'm not very sure. That doesn't able to load for so much is for a very long time. Now let's look up for some for probably for the images as well. And what about for some other kinds of characters? Even most likely backgrounds is going to be taking for a long time. For exactly it's going to be for taking for very much as well. I could not able to be changing the internet as well. If changing to my internet connection, which means it will took for so long and it got froze and never able to do this again as well. So I might gotta be take it for a little bit longer. It's really possible. So finally it's not going to be end for a little bit. It was really far as well. I think I just saw Raven around here from Teen Titans. And we got Trollface. But this is the most funny thing that I just absolutely see this for our very first time since in 2016 or 2014 or 2016 that I just actually remember this guy as well. So I'll be going to be for next couple of those pages. It will be taking for a while if I'm gonna be changing the internet. And now let's see for the full of those things for some sort of full bar as well. So I never believed that was I was expecting like this, but things have just might slightly going to be for really more of those things as well. Oh my gosh, this is absolutely totally full as well, and many more of those things as well. As we scroll down, that does pretty appear for so fast. And looks like I just already changed my internet, and I just already changed my internet connection. So it looks like we got so many brain lot things to do so as well. We got for some sort of for an epic memes from Sweetbot420 and Smurfcat for run here. That's a little bit cringe about of this music, and I just saw this when I was expecting in a while ago, and more of anything from kinds of like those. What the hell is? I'm pretty sure this is not going to be for one time as well. And that must be Blexter with a camera over here. And finally, it's absolutely for turned into a monstrous thing as hell. Oh my gosh, that must be for a swear words. And the final thing, or this some kind of an image as well, was actually from just shapes and beats reference that we got anything from here as well. So that is all that we absolutely have anything we got. Next one is for some sort of the items, which means contains for multiple of weapons such as firearms, battle of those things for the Neelys as well, the combat weapons, and for some sort of construction weapons like those things, or tools like we probably have. We got many more for some sort of bug spray, and even though it's absolutely for many more of those things, as we got vehicles for this, but as you can see here, Anti-Brainrot Confederation is owned by everyone, not to be confused with the Sky Case, to be checking this out as well. So, am I gonna be review for those things as well, if this is absolutely going to be for the Thumbler as well, so probably as well. This is absolutely brain for a lot as well. And let's just having for a little bit more time as well. So we could eventually have for flying vehicles as the chopper and the airship as well, and some tanks, boats, Hummers, and Willys Jeeps. So we got for more vehicles for something as well, and many more of those things and stuff as well. There are nothing as well from those items as well. We got any more of those things and weapons, and the backgrounds that we got everything as well. So certainly we just absolutely having for some nuclear explosion stuff as well. And we got also having for some sort of backgrounds as well. So let's get all the way from itself for one time as well. This thing is from Among Us, and inside the airship as well. I'm probably going to be for one thing as well. So I'm gonna be going to find inside the airship as we possibly going to be inside of this. So I'm not gonna be going for around here. And what about, oh no, this is absolutely for once again, I just never be able to be saying for this. Not all along for one thing as well. So is this the basement that we just actually found it for? For some sort of street racing games over here. So this is where we find monsters. Like I gotta be for one thing as well. And this is absolutely going to be for one thing. I cannot believe it that we just still not going to be finding our way as well. So there's the airship again. It's absolutely going to be for built for surprise and tech like for some sort of Among Us reference. What is this? Basically from the spaceship as well. I probably think this is going to be for this one. And most of those, I just completely using for the studio crossovers. And I'm not very sure this isn't going to be for submitted sprites that I just didn't going to be getting here for just as well. So there's nothing over here, including all of them. That was pretty awful as well. I really think that we got for firearms as well, that I just completely able to be choosing this out. And as I'm not gonna be very sure, we're going to be added for the fog section as well, so it's gonna be over here. And finally, for some sort of carnival circus from Piggy, and I'm not very sure that we're gonna be going for this way. So that won't be the end of this video for a long time, but I never being explained for this about here from one thing as well. So am I gonna be added for crossovers instead of characters from the Anti-Brainrot? And yes, we added Cookie Run characters and South Park characters, but unfortunately this clip was being recorded at midnight as well. That's since in the morning in some sort of a last video as well. And because we just eventually added the Maple Taffy, the Time Balance Department workers, and for some sort of like those NPC cookies as well, like any other kinds of like those things, especially like Licorice Cookie, Onion Cookie, String Gummy Cookie, Aloe Cookie, Linzer Cookie, Espresso Cookie, the Oyster Cookies Envoy, and Xylitol Nova Cookie. But many more of those characters like that added adults and kids around here. There must be 2 kids over here and for 3 adults, such as like the Mild Moons, and there's the boss over here for such as well. And beyond of those, all of the 6 clips that we got here, but it's been almost for around 16 minutes as well. So I might gonna be handling for a little bit of a situation around here to be seeing for some sort of a comments as well, for some sort of little bit of problem as well. And especially that includes for Gacha Life as well, that we probably never to be able to be seeing this before. As I'm not gonna be very sure. We wouldn't be able to be added characters like themselves as well. But instead of adding characters a lot of one time as well, so I'm probably gonna be end of this video. So I'm not gonna be worrying about to talk about this later as well. So if you're gonna be checking this out of this comic studio, the link is gonna be in description below, and the main website is going to be for all ages. And because of this comic studio right here on this link or some sort of a site of this comic studio won't be gonna be necessary as well, but you're gonna be at age of 17 or age of 13 to view this comic studio like it was pretty for once to do this as well. But this is not for teenagers like they're for some sort of to view this comic studio. Anyways, I'll be signing off, and thanks for watching, and I'll be talking to you mini lads and comic studio users all later in the next 2 days.